Welcome to Coaching Uncut, a special series on the Unstoppable Woman podcast, where I take you behind the scenes and give you a peek into the private coaching I do with my clients. All of these coaching calls have been recorded with the permission from my clients who have generously allowed me to share these with you as a way of helping more people in this world. They give you access to master level coaching and the opportunity to learn the lessons that they're learning right along with them. Please keep in mind that these recordings are not studio productions and the audio quality may be less than ideal, but the content will take you far and help you become unstoppable. With that, listen in and learn.
Hello. Hi. How are you? I am doing okay. I was just sitting here quietly thinking my thoughts. I don't really have anything too monumental to say. I've just been kind of working through some old habits. I had a thought on my way to work that kind of bothered me a little bit. It's that it feels like, why are you spending so much time on yourself? Like, why? Like, when are you going to stop being so selfish? When are you going to get back to your old way of doing things?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I couldn't really shake that feeling of, it was actually like a kind of a guilt feeling that I had, kind of creeped right up my back. And it's like, it was like just sort of unbidden and uncalled for. When are you going to stop? When are you going to stop focusing on yourself? Like, who do you think you are anyways? It's just like all this self stuff. When are you going to start like doing things for other people? It's always like me all the time. Like, when are you going to stop that anyway?
You know what the lie is there?
I don't know, but I bet you there is one.
Yeah, absolutely. With guilt, there's always a lie, you know?
Okay.
So the lie is that doing things for yourself takes something away from other people.
Oh, right. I was
going to actually
say,
hurt someone else, right? Like, you think it's hurting Rex? You think it's hurting George? No, you actually friggin' clean the second bedroom. You're making 3 times as much money as you did last year, right? Yeah. You know, you're a happier person, right? Like, you want to spend time with your family. Oh my God, it's helping. It's not hurting. Imagine that. Right?
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, of course you're absolutely right. You know, this is like an old like teaching that, comes from way back when, which is like, don't do anything for yourself. You're supposed to be doing something for other people. And yeah, like you say, it's like a zero sum thought. Like, you're gonna take a piece of the pie. There's a piece of the pie, and you're just gonna take your part, and there's like nothing left over for everybody else. How can you be so selfish?
Yeah, total lie. Well, and it's a lie about the universe. Right?
Yeah.
It's a lie that says the universe isn't expanding. There isn't more. That someone loses when someone else wins, as opposed to, you know what? Everyone can win. And I get, sometimes in business you go after the same contract and there's someone who gets the contract and someone who doesn't get the contract. But overall, if the person that didn't get the contract looked at why they didn't get the contract and learned the lessons from it, they also
won. Everybody really would win too. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a perspective thing. And you could say, oh my God, that's so airy-fairy, that's so like, what is it, Pollyannish? But guess what? If you see the world that way and you live in accordance with the world that way, then you will actually keep growing, okay? You will actually have more. That your results will be better. It's the law, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so it might seem Pollyannish. Like, for me, it seemed very Pollyannish in the beginning. Like, you are not having any sort of critical thinking about this. Okay, you are not taking this seriously. When it's really just, I am taking it seriously. I'm not going to go into guilt and shame or smallness or limitation or scarcity. That is not my go forward plan. I refuse. I'm not available for that. Right?
Play hardball with yourself.
Totally.
I'm not taking shit off of anybody, including me.
Right. Exactly. But that was a big one for me. I felt that all this stuff was like,
yeah.
like it made me fluffy, right? Made me not serious, made me like I was going to be taken advantage of, or, I wasn't going to really do the work, which is the farthest thing from the truth. Farthest thing.
Yeah. And for me, and for me, it's that plus like it's like a little piece of evil. Like if you focus on yourself, you're taking like, you're not being nice to, like you said at the beginning, like you're taking something away from somebody else. Like, but really, like I think the reason that felt creepy to me, and I'm so glad that I'm grateful that I felt it, just as like it was like a yucky feeling. It was like a yuck feeling. It really was, and I call it living inside out. So when I start to sort of backslide a little bit, then I just say to myself, man, you're looking at this like inside out. I think you say like if you look at in the other way, then not like your contract example is actually perfect, because not only did the person win the contract, but you win too, because you see where you might have fallen short, or you may not have met them where they needed, or you may not have and then you have the opportunity then to grow, which makes you better the next time around. So really there is no such thing as a loser, right?
Yes, correct. There isn't such a thing as a loser unless you step into victim. Okay. Yeah. Unless you don't take personal responsibility. Right. Unless you say they cheated, they did this with the contract, or blame your team, or blame your husband, or blame your wife, or whatever it is.
Blame yourself.
Blame your, I mean, then you're a total victim. That's the way to lose in life. Okay. Okay.
And if you're not growing, dying.
You are. Exactly.
Standing still, you're the same thing, you're dying. Yep. Because the universe expands, and if you're not expanding, then you're doing something else. Well, I'm happy to report that my body is even feeding back to me these days. So I didn't think that as a thought. I felt it as a feeling first. So that's kind of new for me. It's like I'm feeling it in my body now. So
you're saying you felt it this morning when you were driving to work?
I was driving to work, and I just kind of slipped. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, you know what it was? We had a really tough interview this morning that was I didn't realize. I probably should have thought about it some more, or coached myself a little bit about it a little bit more. We had an interview this morning with for his new school, and I just didn't realize how competitive it was. It's going to be. So we practiced with the Zoom call with him, because he's just a first grader, and he has a hard time sitting still, and he knocked it out of the park. But then, which is, I'm so proud of him. And then, they wanted to talk to us, and so the admissions person was speaking to us, and then I just allowed it to creep in, like, wow, what if this doesn't happen? Like, oh, this is like competitive, which means like I can hope that we get in, but we don't really have a plan B right now. So it's like kind of just a little bit disjointed. And that's sort of this, I didn't fix my state of mind before I got in my car and started driving away. And I guess that's like it just goes to show you, like, if you don't reset, you need to reset along the way, like in your day, right?
Absolutely. So a couple things there, Heather. Let's spend a little bit of time on this. So one, great that you noticed. Okay. Yeah. Kudos for noticing, because this is we're bringing the awareness back further and further, so that it's earlier, right? And you notice it earlier. So a couple things though. One, when you felt that in your body in the drive to the office, which was at what time this morning?
That was at about a little bit after, like between 10 and 10:30 this morning.
Okay. And it's now 5:45. Okay. 5:30 was when we started talking. Okay. About 7.5 hours. Okay. And you said, I could tell. You're like, I'm okay. It's just like, you're not like on the top of your game. It threw you off for 7.5 hours. Okay. Okay. That's way too long. No, it's fucking fantastic in comparison to a year ago when it would have thrown you off for like forever, right? Like, and a day. So like, it's all relative. I'm not knocking you down at the knees, but I want to also hold you to a higher standard, which is like, when you feel that in your body, that's your sign. Oh,
Okay.
oh, hey, look, I'm being thrown off. I have the power to choose what's throwing me off. How do I need to look at this differently? Okay. What would the laws say here?
Okay.
Okay.
What would the law say about? That was actually a question that I had because of all the manifesting that we do and, holding a vision and everything. And I got nervous. It brought up some stuff with me. Like, I never, like, I'm the one who, well,
are we talking about this stuff with in the school, or are we talking about the guilt, like, when are you going to stop doing the stuff for yourself?
I was thinking about this stuff with because it's, like, kind of still unresolved.
Okay.
I didn't really know how to think about it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's take it one step at a time. The stuff with I want you to do this is for you to think about overnight, and let's talk about it tomorrow. Why did the stuff with school cause you to have the follow-on thought that you need to stop doing things for yourself? When are you going to stop doing that? Okay? Because they were related. You wouldn't have brought them both up in this conversation if they weren't related. Okay?
Okay. You're right.
Okay, so right, okay.
Yep,
so we need to investigate. I have some ideas, but I want you to do the work on that yourself, okay? And come back tomorrow. That's your homework.
Okay.
And then in terms of, and like, what was the thought on the stuff with it? You said it was very competitive. What else?
The thing that was kind of distressing me was that I no longer saw a clear path. Like, oh man, it just came up. It felt selfish of me to assume that he would get into the school and that he was entitled to be there.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
Yeah. You're asking too much of the universe. You're asking too much of. Yes.
Yes, exactly. There's like a limit. There's a limit to how much everything's going great with your business and like your staff is coming together and you're knocking it out of the park and here and here and here. Now, how dare you, given all that, how dare you come over here and say, okay, I want this in this area too, because you're out of luck. Like, you only have so much. And then once you've used all that up, then you can't use it over here because it's rationed and you've already used it.
So what does the Law of Polarity say?
Well, the Law of Polarity says that when you have a challenge, there's an equally awesome thing on the other side. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Correct. And what does it say about desire? That's absolutely correct, 100%.
Okay.
What does it say about desire?
Polarity and desire. Let's see. So first of all, if you feel a desire, then it's there for you to claim.
Okay. 100%. So you went into guilt.
I did.
Okay.
I tripped.
Instead of being like, no, here's the thing. The Law of Polarity says, if the desire is felt, the supply is ready to appear. It's there for you. Okay? You have to do things. You have to do the Zoom call. You have to have faith. You have to take action. You have to believe in it. You have to make the phone calls. You have to send the thank you letters, whatever. Okay?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay? But, right, it's not an absolute. But it means that it's there for you. No guilt. No guilt. Okay?
I forgot.
No, that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Okay.
I forgot that there's no limit. I forgot that. Yeah. I believe for a minute that there's a limit. That's the way I was raised. So
yeah.
But that's what I believed for a minute. Yeah, that's what bothered me so much today.
Yeah. So when you go into the bother, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
It's not about you as in your value, your worthiness, your goodness, your right or wrongness, okay? Because that throws you into the guilt and shame, okay? It's about you not seeing the world, understanding the world properly. It's about perspective. Okay. It's about being in a lie, being in a story rather than in truth.
Okay. So it's about levels of awareness.
Correct. Yeah, brilliant. Yes. So when you feel that, like,
Okay.
I'm fucking up, or whatever, however you frame
Whatever
it
it
in your
is.
head,
Yeah.
that's a level of awareness. I am not seeing the truth here. I'm in a lie.
Okay. All right.
How am I going to go to the next level of awareness? And then how do you do that on your own? You ask better questions.
Okay.
Okay.
So it really is true. Like, if you're bothered, you're believing in something that's not true.
Yeah.
I've heard it said, and it's real. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
get it.
you know how I say, you're thrown out of heaven. Heaven is your natural state. Okay. The universe gives you challenges so that you keep growing in your levels of awareness, going up in terms of the frequency of your vibration until the point that you become one with spirit. Okay. Now, I'm not there yet. I have challenges. I still work on the human level. Okay. But that is the growth plan, if you will. Okay.
Okay.
That is the growth plan.
So does that also mean that we don't have to worry about going too high?
Yeah, you have no problem.
There's really no such thing.
No. I mean, maybe you become Jesus, maybe you become Buddha, right? Like, is that a problem? I don't know.
Good question.
Right? And it's a really interesting question, Heather, because at one point I said something that has, it's like one of those little earworms that like keeps floating through my head and meaning like, I know I need to investigate this further. I said at one point, not that long ago even, but I don't want to become Jesus, or that's not one of my goals, right? And it's true. I don't have the need to become some spiritual leader, okay? Or any sort of spiritual guru. Like, that's not, and now I just said that and I'm like, there's something off about that. Like, I'm paying attention to my body. Like, I don't need to be Jesus. Like, I don't want a whole religion, but there is something around, like, as you keep going up the levels of awareness, like, you become a clearer voice for spirit, okay? And there's a truth there. And I'm on that path, just like everyone else is on that path. I just happen to be studying it and applying it at a more rapid pace than other people, right? That's not their purpose in life. So there is a little hook for me on that. So yeah, maybe I want to step into something more there. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Watch this
no
space,
comment.
okay? Yeah, exactly. Right, watch this space.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I got my homework, and I think I kind of got some of it out already, but I'm going to keep thinking about it because there's definitely something there for me.
Okay, fantastic.
All righty.
Tomorrow.
Okay, have a good night. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for Coaching Uncut. If you loved what you learned today, please leave us a comment and let us know. We always love a thumbs up or a 5-star review, so thank you in advance for that. And if you want to take your life and your business to the next level and it's time to scale, please reach out to us and schedule a consult at theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. So that's theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. See you in the next episode. Rock it out and be unstoppable.